Welcome to the Choose on Purpose podcast, where we live with intention. If you're ready to ignite the fire of intention within you and fuel the flames of your growth journey as a purpose-driven leader, then you're listening to the right vibe today, my friend. Cheers. I'm Becky Ploutz, your host and connection to Hype, where I highlight your present experience. And today we're diving into a topic that hits close to the heart: how to fully embrace your growth spurts, nurture your self-worth, and elevate your journey to greatness. Let's grow. All right. So, growth isn't always linear, smooth, or predictable, right? Often it comes in spurts, those intense periods where you feel challenged, stretched, and maybe even a little or a lot uncomfortable. And really, you might question yourself, right? You might be wondering if you're really capable of the big dreams that you are chasing, that you're focusing on, and maybe grappling with doubt. And those growth spurts are where transformation happens, those opportunities. So today we're going to talk about how you can navigate these growth phases with self-compassion, recognizing and embracing your self-worth along the way. So thinking about a growth spurt, I hear this a lot. I hear about um, things going well in people's world, in leaders' world, in women's world, in spurts, as in we feel on again, off again a lot. And I want to focus on a growth spurt in your life. Okay. So, thinking about growth spurts in life and leadership as it's really much like the physical growth spurt, right? There's growing pains and those moments when everything feels stretched, right? Your abilities, your mindset, your capability to handle the challenge, right? It's all there. So while these phases are exciting, they also bring feelings of discomfort, fear, and definitely vulnerability, right? And it's important to recognize that those growth spurts are natural parts of your journey to greatness. We continue to grow and evolve, and that's what we're here to do. And they signal that you're moving out of your comfort zone and stepping into new levels of your potential. This is where you break old patterns, right? And you gain new insights. You grow into the version of yourself that you've always aspired to be or thought that was possible. So, looking at self-worth and the role that that plays in our growth journey is really important. During these intense periods of growth, it's easy to feel unsure about our own value, right? That imposter syndrome might kick in where you may think, am I really cut out to do this? Is this really for me? Do I even deserve this level of success, right? These questions start to come in. But here's the thing. You are worthy of every opportunity, every time, every dream, and every step forward that you take. And your worth is far from determined by how easy or hard the growth journey feels. You are valuable simply because of who you are. And your worth is inherent. It's not tied to your achievements or your external validation. When you understand this, you'll be able to embrace the growth with confidence, right? Knowing that no matter what happens, you're always already enough because of who you are. Okay. Yes, my wall says, love yourself fearlessly if you're watching the video. And that's really what it's about. It's the evolution, it's the transformation, it's the continuous growth opportunity in who we are evolving and growing into. And embracing the growth with confidence is really important. And thinking about the compassion during these moments, these phases, these intentional moves forward in our growth opportunities, they can be uncomfortable. And it's easy to fall into the trap of being hard on ourselves. I know for myself. Um, I had an experience yesterday, even hiking, where I walked up the rock quarry and never saw like anything out of the ordinary. And then on the way back down, I was passing a huge mound of dirt, like in the middle of the path, because they were repaving part of the path. And I know that they've been working on it because they've been doing some things here and there. And one of the weeks, the trail was kind of closed, like you couldn't drive all the way up and then hike up. We had to hike from the very, very bottom. So we knew that they were doing work on the culverts and the side paths and stuff to level them back out. And anyway, I they weren't doing work when I got there. And I went up and I was on my way back down, and there was a huge mound of dirt, like not smoothed out, like it was a big bump, kind of flat, but not fully. Like you'd trip on it if you started walking over it. And I was like so confused on my way down that I was like, how did I walk past this and not fall or step in this part of the path before? And it turns out, and well, it turns out that they came while I was going up, and they came and laid some more dirt um while I was on my way up and then on the way back down. So they just missed me walking the path. And but my point is that I was beating myself up from seeing this mound of dirt there. Like, how did I miss this on my way up? You're so blind, like you're not paying attention. Why aren't your eyes open on the path that you're taking? Like, I was beating myself up in my head, like really confused, questioning like what the heck I'm in my head about, like so not paying attention. And as it turns out, I get to the bottom and the gates opened and the road closed sign is now up, right? And I that was before I even got there. So I was confused. It was really challenging. And I found myself beating myself up about it and being really hard on myself. And so thinking about the compassion, right? And then I was like, oh, they must have came in the right time, like in that perfect window. And then I was beating myself up for beating myself up. Like if we aren't standing guard at our mind and paying attention to the way that we are speaking to ourselves inside of our own head, this is where it can be really challenging, right? And this is where the beautiful thing is that we can change that we can choose to change the stories that we put in our head and that we allow to then come out our mouth, that we allow to be expressed in our life. So self-compassion during our growth phases. And here's the other part of that. This was the first time I got back into going on a hike after taking kids to school. And so I was super happy about that. And then I was still finding something to beat myself up about. So, right, talking about self-compassion and the importance of in the growth phases when we're stepping out of our comfort zone, we're changing things up, to intentionally have something else grow in our life, having self-compassion and is really important, right? It it can be really challenging if we're not paying attention to the way that we're thinking about ourselves while we're doing things that aren't necessarily easy. And it's easy to fall into the trap of being hard on ourselves. So, you know, leaving the shoulds out, right? And keep going, right? Why is it so difficult? But it is like it's the greatest leaders are the ones that show themselves grace during these times, I believe, right? Like self-compassion is the key to sustaining growth and continuing those growth spurts. So when you hit those walls or experience setbacks, these challenges, you catch these things, instead of criticizing yourself, try to treat yourself with kindness, right? Talk to yourself the way that you talk to me or a dear friend that you have next to you, right? That's going through a challenging time. Recognize that every step forward, they're all progress. Every step, small, big leaps, it's progress. I am celebrating progress with you. All right. Thinking about owning your self-worth. Owning your self-worth really means standing confidently, right? In the knowledge, in knowing that you deserve every bit of success that comes your way. Now, it means letting go of the idea that you have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to earn your worth. It's already yours. You are worthy. And here's a simple exercise to help you reconnect with your self-worth during these growth spurts. Okay, write down 3 things that you love about yourself. These can be personality traits, right? Accomplishments. They could even be the way that you show up for others. And every time you feel self-doubt creeping in, go back to that list that you're going to make, right? Pause this, make the list now. Write down those 3 things that you love about yourself. And then remind yourself that you're worthy of the growth that you are experiencing. Simple, right? Writing things down is so powerful. Putting the pen to paper, expressing your thoughts and seeing them versus just thinking them, speaking them. I think reading them is really important as well. Like write them out and then the reading them when you need that reminder. I encourage you to read them out loud to yourself to remind you how worthy of the growth that you are. The path to greatness isn't about rushing through the process to get to the end goal. And I always need this reminder. So I hope this supports you. It's about embracing the journey of who you're becoming and every challenge, every triumph, every moment of doubt is shaping you into the leader that you're becoming. And while the destination matters, who you're becoming along the way is the real prize and gem and jewel and just the amazing part. As you grow, allow yourself the space to evolve, right? Give yourself the opportunity to celebrate the small wins, the big wins, and honor your progress. And trust that you're exactly where you need to be on your path today. Remember, growth spurts and self-worth go hand in hand. When you embrace your journey, knowing that your value is unwavering, you'll move through every challenge with more strength and grace. You are capable of greatness just as you are today, and there's always room for growth. That's the evolution, that's the growth spurt. Give yourself the opportunity, give yourself the gift of recognizing your growth spurts and committing to them. Where do you intentionally want to be? Who do you intentionally want to be? Thank you for tuning into the Choose on Purpose podcast. If this episode resonated with you, I encourage you to share it with a friend who's navigating their own growth phase right now, right? Let's continue to uplift each other on this incredible journey of greatness. And always remember, you are worthy, you are powerful, and your growth is a beautiful thing. Love yourself, live fearlessly, and do all things with purpose. Until next time, stay intentional, stay empowered, and keep showing up for yourself and your dreams. Here we grow. I'm Becky Plutz, your host. Thanks for tuning into the Choose on Purpose podcast. And when you are looking for a community to share your growth spurt, be intentional with, come to the Work on Purpose with Purpose community. The fourth Wednesday of the month is our Productivity Day Challenge. You are invited to be our guest. There are multiple action hours available in this productivity day, and we encourage you to come and show up, to be a part of it, to have the opportunity to take time to bring positivity and productivity to your space. It's virtual. Show up for yourself, receive quick human connection, and focus on your to do list to move forward with progress and completion of your intentions. We're holding space for you to connect, to support, and encourage your next steps with purpose. Think about a project that you could use intentional time working on with clarity and community support, whether personal or professional action you desire to take. We are holding space for that intention in these action hours during the productivity challenge, where there's an opportunity to win a prize for showing up and shining your light. Showing up is half the battle. We hope to see you there to connect and to celebrate with you the progress that you're making. The information will be in the bottom here. And choose on purpose. We'll see you there.